Newly released Department of Justice files have revealed shocking new details about convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. And at the center of the latest controversy is an explosive reference to elite parties allegedly organized around beautiful Russian girls.
So, hi Darren. So Sarah and Nadia, are you guys having a good time? You can see I have a little sore on my face that I got from some black guy trying to kiss me.
According to emails cited by the New York Post, another figure appearing in the correspondence is nightclub promoter Mark Baker. A 2010 message reportedly describes Baker's interest in hosting weekly parties in New York and the Hamptons featuring beautiful Russian girls. The report states that subsequent meeting arrangements between Baker and Epstein were also exchanged. However, the files do not establish any illegal conduct linked to those communications. The revelations have now intensified scrutiny around Epstein's social network, especially after additional emails surfaced praising him for organizing exclusive luxury girls' weekends in the Hamptons. Associates reportedly thanked him for flying young women into the ultra-wealthy vacation enclave, highlighting how these trips became a recurring feature of his lifestyle. One 2016 email quoted in the documents describes matching pink shirts printed with the phrase Girls' Weekend, with the sender calling the experience their happiest time. The archive also reportedly includes photographs of groups dining in Montauk, suggesting coordinated travel and carefully curated gatherings. Investigators reviewing the materials say repeated references to flights, accommodation, gifts, and private events are now being examined alongside earlier testimony that outlined grooming patterns. Analysts told U.S. media that the structure of these trips mirrors behaviors previously documented in legal proceedings linked to Epstein. The files also contain a 2020 FBI tip alleging that Epstein had deep local connections in the Hamptons and claimed there were individuals who could procure underage girls. Authorities stress that this remains an allegation rather than a criminal finding, but it is now being re-examined as part of the wider review. Another name appearing frequently in the correspondence is millionaire restaurateur Stephen Hampson. Emails cited in the report show Epstein asking whether women could stay at Hampton's Hamptons property during a planned 2017 weekend. The exchanges include no direct accusation of wrongdoing, but they highlight how deeply Epstein was embedded in elite social circles. Advocacy organizations such as RAIN describe grooming as a calculated process involving trust building, luxury, and exclusivity before exploitation. Experts reviewing the newly released files say the recurring themes of travel, group outings, and curated environments match patterns seen in earlier victim accounts. What investigators now say stands out most is the scale and coordination behind these gatherings. The emails suggest a rotating network of hosts, private residences, restaurants, and logistics that made such events appear routine and socially normalized among insiders. Authorities emphasize that the material consists of allegations, tips, and social correspondence rather than new criminal verdicts. Yet legal commentators argue the broader significance is undeniable as the expanding document trail continues to reshape public understanding of Epstein's influence and raises fresh questions about how such activities allegedly operated in plain sight within some of the most exclusive circles in the United States. Eerie new Epstein Files videos released by the U.S. Department of Justice give a disturbing look inside the late convicted sex offender's private life. The latest drop comes amid heightened tensions surrounding the explosive files. Videos show Epstein dancing, chasing females around kitchen, and give a closer look inside his residence. A particularly disturbing visual includes an unidentified female sitting on the pedophile's lap while he tries to pull up her top while she resists. The anger-inducing videos also include haunting interviews Epstein gave over different periods of time following his conviction.
Okay, so Darren and I are sitting here. You can hear the echo. I'm pretending I'm talking to Darren. So, hi Darren. So Sarah and Nadia, are you guys having a good time? You can see I have a little sore on my face that I got from some black guy trying to kiss me. It's really disgusting.
With his tongue.
Oh, it's really, oh.
Mr. Epstein, how long have you been sexually attracted to underage minor females?
Objection, harassing, argumentative.
Are you kidding? No, I mean, I don't feel like I'm divulging any secrets here, right?
Move to strike.
Oh, that's the question.
I'd like to answer that question as well, like all your other questions today. However, I have to follow my attorney's advice. They have told me that I must invoke my 5th, 6th, and 14th Amendment right to not answer those questions today, or any questions relevant to this lawsuit.
What was the name of any of the underage minors that were the subject of the criminal charges to which you pled guilty?
I don't know.
So tell me about those charges. What was the allegations of those charges?
Form. Solicitation of prostitution.
That
Not underage prostitution, prostitution.
were the victims or the prostitutes, as you would say, were they minors?
Form. I pled guilty to solicitation of prostitution.
Okay, so tell me what those cases were about. What happened?
I have no more. I can't tell you any more than that.
You don't know what you pled guilty to?
I just told you.
I object to form, that's asked and answered.
Do you know what you pled guilty to? The facts.
Solicitation of prostitution.
I understand that's the charge. What were the underlying facts?
Sorry.
What did you do? Did you pull up in a car, talk to the person? Did they come over to your house? How did you get them? Those kind of things. Tell the jury what were the underlying facts about the charge that you pled guilty to.
Form, move to strike.
I don't know.
You don't know what you pled guilty to.
I pled guilty to solicitation of prostitution. Not underage prostitution, but prostitution.
And just so the jury understands, these 3 females that were the subject of the guilty pleas in state court were procured by your method of having underage minor females locate other underage minor females and bring them to your house. Isn't that correct?
Objection, argumentative, compound, harassing, assumes facts not in evidence.
You have to
And I move
repeat.
to strike.
I have to repeat the question.
Okay. Are all people that were, at the time you engaged in sexual activity with them, were underage and were brought by other underage minor females? That's true?
Same objections incorporated. As well as the motion to strike.
I don't understand. I'm sorry, I don't even understand the question.
Isn't it true that you used underage minor females to bring other underage minor females to your house for sex?
Asked and answered. Way earlier on.
Well, he doesn't understand the question, so I'm going through the progression.
Not a problem.
But it is asked and answered.
As your firm, Mr. Edwards and Mr. Jaffe, has been described by the U.S. Attorney as perpetrating one of the largest frauds in South Florida's history by crafting malicious cases of a sexual nature against people like me and others in order to fleece, using bogus schemes, in the U.S. Attorney's words, and investment schemes. Unfortunately, though, I'd like to answer every one of the questions if I'm able. My attorneys have advised me I must assert my 6th Amendment, 14th Amendment, and 5th Amendment rights under the U.S. Constitution. Therefore, at the moment, I cannot answer that question.
Isn't it true that you kept a calendar or schedule? Okay, change.
Turning off the video record at 1:05 PM.
What's the other argument?
I want to give you that I know in my case,
Is your money dirty money?
if you live,
I just asked a question. Is your money dirty money?
no, it's not. So, in fact.
Why is it
so-
not dirty money?
Because I earned it, a heart.
But you earned it.
I
through-
earned it
you
legally.
We went back to this before. You earned
Yes.
it. You earned it advising the worst people in the world, right? That do enormous bad things, and just to make more money.
So, instead of asking me the question, should you take the money? Because I think it's a legitimate question.
Do you think it's a legitimate question?
Yes, no
Why?
question. Because I think ethics is always a complicated subject, but I can tell you that with the money I gave to help try to eradicate polio in Pakistan and India, instead of asking me whether that money should be given to these children for vaccines, I think you might want to ask their mothers who received the vaccine, who know their child now won't get polio, and ask them if Epstein should have helped these people
If we
with their
walked in,
money.
if we walked in,
Is
you're a
that a fair
mathematician.
question?
You're a mathematician. If we walked into that clinic where they're giving that money out to these people that are in the most dire straits of poverty and sickness, and told them that the money was coming from what are you, class 3 sexual predator?
Tier 1.
Was tier 1's the highest and worst?
No, I'm
The lowest?
I'm the lowest.
You're the
yes.
lowest. Okay, tier 1, you're the lowest. But a criminal.
Yes.
That the money came from them. What percentage of people do you estimate? I understand you don't like probabilities. Do you estimate would say, I don't care, I want the money for my children?
I would say everyone said, I want the money for my children.
Did they know where the money came from?
I think if you
See,
told them,
the
if I told them
100%.
the devil
Himself.
The devil himself said, I'm going to exchange some dollars
Do you-
for
do you-
your child's life.
Do you think you're the devil himself?
No, but I do have a good mirror.
It's a serious question.
Sorry.
Do you think you're the devil himself?
I don't know. Why would you say that?
Because you have all the attributes. You're incredibly smart. You remember the devil is
Was
somebody
the devil
knows
smart?
the devil's brilliant. You read Milton's Paradise Lost.
No, the devil scares me.
Satan is at the number 1 or 2 archangel, and the reason he goes to hell and leads the rebellion is because he can't be the top guy. And his thing is, I'd rather reign in hell than serve in heaven.
I saw that in a movie once called American Dharma. I don't remember who said it. Okay? We have to go.
Okay, good. That was good.